In this forecast video, we are providing another update on the weather system that is expected to bring changes across the United States. That cold air, as well as some minimal severe weather, is expected throughout the Great Plains into the Ohio Valley. A big weather system that is going to bring changes is what we're going to be talking about in this video, and also taking a look at what the future could look like, as we have a lot to talk about. Some very cold air could be in the future for next week, and again, a lot to talk about, so make sure you stay till the end on this video. Alrighty, welcome back into another more weather forecast video. As always, let's get straight into the details. And as you can see here, looking at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for Tuesday, we do have a marginal risk for severe weather. This is from the edge of the UP in Michigan all the way down to Oklahoma, Kansas City, as well as north of St. Louis into Hannibal, Des Moines, and Minneapolis, as well as to the west of Chicago is included in this. Now, this isn't a slight risk of severe weather, so this isn't incredibly significant, just a marginal risk, so pretty much the first risk on the scale for severe weather. Nothing too crazy here, but let's look at the futurecast here with the NAM model and see what we're expecting. So as we go into later tonight, we do see some rain and a punch of moisture come up into Texas and into Oklahoma, going into Missouri by the time we get into early Tuesday morning. So as we keep going here, you can see that kind of develops into some more organized rain and possibly some sub-severe isolated really severe storms here. By the time we get into Tuesday, into early morning on Tuesday, by the time we get into 9 a.m., we could see some rain scattered. Make sure you know that it's scattered. This isn't very severe. We're mostly expecting just some rain here, but a couple maybe isolated severe storms is what we're expecting. So nothing incredibly significant here as we go into the Tuesday with this severe weather. We are expecting some rain there in St. Louis, as well as there into Oklahoma and Kansas later tonight into early tomorrow morning. That's going to bring some relief to the drought we're experiencing there in Oklahoma, southern Kansas, and into the southwestern, mostly just eastern Missouri here. Again, that rain is going to be welcomed with open arms here, because we are expecting we are having quite a drought here in this area in the Great Plains. So again, this will be a welcome with open arms. It's a good thing that we're having this rain. Oklahomans and as well as Kansans are probably welcoming this, probably like this, because again, we have been having a drought there. It's been nice weather there, but not a lot of rain, so your plants are probably dying there. This will help ease the pain of that drought. But as we keep going here into later on Monday, we do see or Tuesday here, we do see some rain coming into Chicago by the time we go into the nighttime hours, so some night rain in Chicago. Again, nothing really severe up there in Chicago. We do see some more moisture sprout up as this goes into Michigan as we go into early Wednesday morning. So by the time we get into 1 a.m., 2 a.m. on Wednesday morning, some rain in Detroit, as well as down there into northern Indiana, say Fort Wayne, into Kalamazoo, Michigan. Basically, the oven mitt part of Michigan right there is what I like to call it. And then we do see some our cold front coming down from the north. Again, this is going to bring some winds going from north to south, or some winds going from west to east. But no matter the winds, we are going to have some strong winds, of course, as we see a front come through. That's usually what we have. But we are going to see colder temperatures with this. A dip in your temperatures if you live in St. Louis, down into Memphis, into Chicago, pretty much in the Midwest, all the way to the Ohio Valley, into the Northeast, as the system goes across the eastern part of the United States. Basically from the Rockies over is where we're expecting this to affect you guys. And then again, as we keep going into Wednesday here, so Wednesday, let's look at our Wednesday outlook. We do have another marginal risk for severe weather. Now, this is centered south of Cleveland, so Columbus, Cincinnati, into all the way to Little Rock, St. Louis, Memphis, Nashville, Louisville. You guys are included in this, but again, nothing too crazy, nothing we're really going to have to write home about here in the Ohio Valley into the parts of the Midwest here. And you can see By the time we go into early Wednesday morning, we could see some storms, and again, some, not many, storms in this line of rain going towards St. Louis. So by the time we get into 10 a.m., some rain and storms in St. Louis, but again, mostly rain, not as much that storm aspect of it. Some rain, minimal rain up there in Chicago, as well as up there into the UP of Michigan and into the Upper Mid of Michigan as well. And as we keep going here into later on Wednesday, so by 3 p.m., we do see this going across into Kentucky and Tennessee. We could see a few more severe storms as this goes into Kentucky and Tennessee, but again, we have a chance for severe storms, but it will be mostly rain here, but still need to watch out for those rumbles of thunder and those strong winds as this front comes through here. We could see a little bit of rain up there in northern Louisiana into southern Arkansas by the time we go into early on Thursday. And as we keep going here, we do see some moisture going into the southeast by the time we go into late Wednesday into Thursday. This is just some non-severe convection, so it's just some moisture down there in the southeast. Again, nothing too big there in the southeast. Moisture like we usually deal with in the summer down there. But as we keep going here, this does go out to the east. We are expecting some rain up there in the northeast as well as over into New England. Not expecting too much severe weather, but with this SPC has outlined an area where we could see some severe weather, so we are going to have to watch that, but I'm not expecting anything too significant. Make sure to stay tuned with these updates as we go throughout the week here. I'm expecting to post more updates, some rain all the way up into Canada as well as some lingering rain over there in Michigan by the time we go into 3 p.m. on Thursday. So all through the day on Thursday, this is expected to go throughout Pennsylvania into New York and then into the New England area, bringing some rain. And then as we go as far out as we can, this is expected to go off the East Coast, again bringing colder temperatures all the way from the Midwest to the Northeast. This will bring a dip in your temperatures. If you're looking at your 10-day forecast, you're like, wow, that's a pretty big dip in your temperatures. This is why here. And then the last thing we're going to look at here is what we're expecting in the future. And as you can see, this is early next week. We are expecting a cold blast of air. Now, the final details, the exact details are still yet to be found out. We still need to look at that, and we will have updates as we go into the coming days. But again, this shows we are expecting active periods of weather ahead, and that cold air is going to make a statement as we keep going into October. Again, those ridges are not going to dominate anymore, and we are going to see a little bit of a pattern change here with more cold air masses, with those low pressure systems, and more active weather, especially in the eastern United States. Alrighty, that about wraps up this weather video. Again, minimal severe weather expected from the Great Plains all the way to the Ohio Valley. As we go into the coming days with this weather system, we are expecting colder temperatures. And then as we look to the future, a lot still to look at, but we are expecting an active period of weather ahead. As always, stay prepared out there, and I'll see you soon with more weather.